Hello guys, today we play Blitzkrieg 2, the mod 18 Epsilon version. We have the map Berlin 1945 here. The tech level is 45-46, so it's the final tech level. With me the teams, me, Ace44 as the Germans, Tony-dice as the Russians, Heinkel 177 as the Japanese, and General Montgomery playing with the British forces. Berlin is one of my favorite maps. This game was really fun to play since it was a really tight turner here and there, and I would really like you to enjoy this entire game we have here and tell me in the comments what you think about it. I think it was a lot of fun, but hey, here we go. So it is a recording of the match, so this is not real life, real time. But it actually, yeah, I don't think every game is worth recording here and there at the same time, so my hard drive isn't that good. So what we have here is a really good situation. We have both teams on one side of the river. This usually tends to the teams to just make a bridgehead over the other side of the bridges there, just to get on the other side as quickly as possible. This is usually pretty hard to make, but we will see if it works or not. If like the green guy actually sometimes shown as white, this is a mod issue, no big deal. We have a problem here, he has almost no MGs at this position. I try to spread out with my Puck 44s, with my Panthers, to secure all bridgeheads and make sure that no little vehicles like this one cross the bridge to destroy my engineer truck. Luckily it was distracted by my truck, so it didn't shoot my Puck. And the next thing I call is heavy flak artillery to just encounter any threat that comes over the bridge. I wasn't paying any attention to the left side, I was just picking my Panther to go over there and to have a view over there, but I was too far busy doing other stuff. Like deploying my flags, my AA guns, if you want to. Also I thought a chance to just cross the bridge there and maybe take the positions. Heinkel isn't really happy about it and sends in some gaps. The ground attack planes for the ones who doesn't know. So I think he probably only wants to scout this area and pick out some vital equipment I have. For example, my engineer trucks. So here I left the left side unprotected for Heinkel to take, and the Japanese are moving forward there. I don't really care, since I have a lot of forces now concentrating on the bridge. And luckily my friend sends in some fighter escorts to finally deal with these pests. So did I, and yep, this happens. This just happened. So there we go. Got 1 point already. The other point is unfortunately not captured because I didn't put any troops there close, but I got this engineer truck with my elite commando. So here we have an issue that is really, unfair in my opinion. It's like the red team has not the benefit like the green team. If you have troops around the circle of your key point, then usually the green team gets the point, even though you have troops in there. And that's the problem that happens just here. I was so busy deploying more troops there that I actually forgot about my point. So here is the point where I usually panic. And this is a really bad issue I have right now already. So first thing I call is assault squads to secure my position, and I hope that I can take his position down there, so we would have a pad situation that might even survive it. Luckily he gives me time to reorganize my troops, but Heinkel takes the opportunity and wants to scout if I might be easy to push over. Meanwhile, my friend tries to go over the bridges as well to see if he can find some leaks in the enemy's defense. Now with Tiger tanks as a good help, I can defend really good. But the threat isn't over yet. It's my utmost importance now that I get this point back I just lost to the enemy. It's on our side of the river and it threatens all of our operations. Also, the enemy has 5 key points now, we only have 3. So in a long-term fight we will lose because they get more reinforcement. We currently have air superiority. And Heinkel is still coming at me. This pack is pretty good, but its shooting speed is not really that good. Its reload speed is not really that good. So this is a perfect opportunity to just call in some bombers, since all these tanks are really sluggish, and there come the Arados already. And I think they see the threat. Heinkel at least sees. But his tanks are just too slow and sluggish. And here we go. We got everything destroyed there. But they got tons of new reinforcements to call. Without help of my friend, I can't make this game. Heinkel meanwhile takes over the world. Takes all the bridges. He just does a great job in there. So things look pretty bad for us right now. I use my Arados meanwhile to scout the area a bit. As long as they still have gasoline, I wanna use them. What Heinkel did, he left his left side like unprotected. I think everyone thinks in this game right now that this will be a short-term game. I mean, actually they have all the advantages right now. But still, my friend has 6 reinforcement points. I probably have the same amount. So we're still coming at them. And my King Tigers and Jagd Tigers are a pretty big deal for them. I use a special tactic here. I use my Jagd Panthers, and here comes bomber reinforcement. Use my Jagd Panthers behind the Jagd Tigers to shoot any tanks that might want to outflank the tank. And here comes the bombers, and luckily I see it in time. Even though it is sluggish, it can dodge bombs. Fortunately, he got tons of his reinforcements there, so I decide to call in some fighters. These fighters are come way too late for this bomber escort, that's true, but I hope that I can shoot down any planes that can come right now. Also like paratroopers, like we used to send them all the time. Why do we send them all the time? Paratroopers are pretty decent infantry guns, and also the enemy tends to send infantry in such situations where they are bogged down. This actually is a pretty good tactic. I usually do it as well. It's like that's what Heinkel taught me actually. Infantry is a really big deal in this game, especially on the late years, because they have plenty of Pantherfaust. And here the Slugger wants to outflank me. Luckily my Jagd Panther takes care of it. Also on the second one, unfortunately, it was too late. At this point I realize I have to take care of the bridges at some point, so I sent 2 Panthers to just secure the bridges, and also I key position bridges there and flank the enemy there. This is not a really effective attack in my opinion, but I really need to take control of these bridges if we want to long-term this fight and actually want to win this. Sooner or later we need more key points. The enemy meanwhile has 6 of them. They're still coming at us, they have tons of these single troops. And by now I realize I won't get anywhere with tanks and infantry only, so I call in a Sturmtiger. A Sturmtiger is a really big mortar, like 38 centimeters, which is really powerful, and in this game it eats ammo like a cow drinks water, but it actually does a job. Also, it has a really short range. I think this is for gameplay balance issues. There it is, the Sturmtiger. But it actually makes it more fair. And this first shot, infantry down. You see over the game, the Sturmtiger is the key here for my assault. But this is what it is, an assault support gun. You can't really use it for long range operations. It also has a pretty decent armor and a really awesome armament, as I just said. You see all these troops getting slaughtered just as soon as they spawn. And as long as I keep this thing supplied with ammunition, there shouldn't be any problem. But Heinkel is an experienced player, he will soon realize that and will send some planes or anything, maybe even artillery, something. Because my tank there is pretty sluggish and it can't stand any bombs. So I moved a bit forward, yeah, as you've just seen. There comes the next tank spawn, already 2 slugger are dead. The next one keeps continuing. So I think they realized that, but here we go. Already Japanese fighter bombers. I mean, I don't blame him, seriously, it's the only tactic he could use. He even called FotR assault tanks there, whether assault tanks or tank destroyers. Did want to flank me, did great at it. Unfortunately, I found him. So what I want to do is just entrench my Sturmtiger while my friend keeps the pressure up while I support him. And he supports me as well with fighter escort. So what we have here is pretty decent teamwork. This is worth a lot more than any Sturmtiger, I think. So. But he's still trying. Heinkel won't give up on this point easily. The enemy as well. Yeah, his friend Montgomery is sending his tanks. But they just get slaughtered. Either from our tanks or from my Sturmtiger. Anything is just getting wrecked there. So I think they would just give up on this position and try to get other positions to encircle us in that way. I also hold the position in the middle with 1 Panther. So it's actually no big deal, because since they're all focusing on this position to defend, they just took from us. And they retook it. Awesome. They don't focus on anywhere else. And this is the moment where we have to spread out as quickly as possible. We still have key positions, we're still holding some bridges. And he gets wrecked. Sturmtiger sei Dank. Haha, thanks to the Sturmtiger. He has used all his tanks and probably didn't think he would need this position over there as quickly. Or I think he was just too busy to fight me off there. It's like, you have to look over so much in this game at this very same time, and I think this is the key. So see, he's looking for new frontiers to open himself. It wasn't maybe not the smartest decision of him to call his fighter bombers while we still have fighter escorts out there. I, on the other hand, meanwhile try to secure our left flank. Try to get this suburb bit there. That's separated with 2 bridges. It's a good position to have a key point. And again, it's all about crossing these bridges. Bridges are pretty easy to defend. You see, we all are preparing for an artillery duel here. Sooner or later, it's all about outgunning the enemy. I immediately use his trenches. Trenches are pretty awesome. Makes infantry almost untouchable. So, we have enemies attacked. And our troops attacked. But we're doing it. We're taking this position once again in the middle. This is crucial for our war effort, as you may say. So here we go. Rocket artillery is coming over point, and mortars coming over to them. As said, it's a really short range. I mean, I'm really exceeding my range with the Sturmtiger here. But as long as he stays here, I can do whatever I want with his troops. Here we go. Sound effects. Meanwhile, my assault squad takes care of this side of the bridge. So we have a bridgehead over there. At this stage, it looks like this game is going to be take like 1 hour more at least. No one really can cross a bridge. Our attempts there are, yeah, not really that good. We lack on tank support, but as you can see, we only have 1 reinforcement left. His key points are far away. Actually, our key points are too far away to support him immediately with tanks. So what I do, I just move in my Sturmtiger closer and try to give him some support he needs. But these sneaky tanks are really sneaky and move quickly around and around. He does that just to don't give him a real chance to penetrate their armor with their grenades. So he does everything right, what you can do right. That tank just got took out from a Panzerschreck. Assault guns and assault troops are pretty good this year. So here I try to wreck this little scout tank with my tank destroyer, but still, apparently, my gunner is not really that good at that. That's something I see really often in this game. Yeah, and I built my point here over there. Got a new truck there. What I see often in this game, you shoot at a really weak vehicle and then they don't really get penetrated or just deflect for some reason. I think of it as a over-penetration. And I think my French here wanted to destroy equipment the enemy might could take, but had the hope that we could take it at some point back. So I'm really grateful for that. Equipment is a really valuable thing here. Should really destroy it. Even a machine gun or something like this is really valuable. And enemy starts off with artillery. We don't know what kind of artillery it is. Most likely no rocket artillery, otherwise I would have seen all the impacts. Wow. They don't want to come too close to our tanks, to our troops there. My friend is still coming at them with these paratroopers. It's actually a pretty decent tactic. I mean, it is considered low by many people who play this game, and it actually is really easy. All you do is just put troops there and hope that they will get a point. But on the contrary, some anti-aircraft guns would do the trick easily. So, I see an opportunity here to help them. since I lack in tank support, I get some flying tanks up there. The assault bird, it's called Sturmvogel. Or is it meant as a storm bird? I don't know. It does the job really good in my opinion. Actually, there was a version of the ME-262 as a ground attack plane, but they had to remove 2 of the 4 cannons, and also these cannons were machine cannon 108. These had a really short barrel, and they were actually only good at destroying airplanes or something. This is a very lucky moment here what we have. These clusters don't take in one swift attack, and they don't care about my bird, so I can deploy my troops. What we hope to achieve here is, except of destroying his long-range artillery, is to scout the area for weak points in his defense, and also when we attack 2 points at the same time, we can, at least take one. This is the theory, at least. Usually, this does not work very often because, Heinkel and Monty aren't bad players, and they are pretty much prepared. So here they have so much infantry in the houses, and the houses get, I think, a defense bonus as soon as they get entrenched or can cover themselves in a house. So our troops getting slaughtered here, mainly because they take care of trucks more than of the infantry, but it's just the closest target. And to tell them the whole time that they should shoot something else is a bit hardcore if you have to do somewhere else. I mean, I'll get my trucks equipped again with ammunition for my Sturmtiger. Actually, this is the only thing that holds my front here. Those guys do the job good as well. Here I mark the map so that we can take this point, tell them the urgency, and since Tony is really cooperative, as you have seen in the with the help of the point before, he knows what we are up to. His front here is secure at this point. My side seems to be stable as well. All what we have to take now is the middle. What the enemy team should do now is move all the tanks they have across the bridge, or like at least some anti-tank guns. Because back then, back there, they won't do any good against tanks. Not yet, though. So he does the dirty work, and I sweep the streets with my Sturmtiger. This there is team play par excellence. There he comes over with his 1 slugger he still has left, but the slaughter the slugger gets slaughtered very quickly as soon as the Panzerbüchse, it's like the anti-tank rifles of the Russians, they can penetrate through up to 3 centimeters of armor in this game, and the slugger, well, his fate is close there. There, final blow to this building. All these streets are swept. Now we need some tank support to finally close the gap here in our front line. We have one bridge that's still unsecured, but at least the point back there is secured. And I would like him to refill me with ammunition, because I only have 14 shots. Kaboom! I was pretty happy. At this moment I caught Heinkel off guard. He wasn't using his troops and were deploying them very close together. But I don't really re-aim my Sturmtiger there. I'm using my tanks to get there as quickly as possible, and I think I do something else, because I'm just randomly shooting at nothing here. But I think the allies are really annoyed by this tactic. I mean, it's an effective one, but against airplanes, I should be doing nothing. Luckily, he calls in some fighter escort, my friend again, but the Tempest is able to fulfill its task and take out my Sturmtiger. Also, my tank's deployments come there far too late. I think I was daydreaming in this moment. Didn't really realize that he was taking a position there or tried to attack there, because my tanks could have done some good. I finally realized that when all his troops are dead, though. Try to get over there and take out his troops. So, my engineer truck is on the way to repair the station. Meanwhile, I redeploy my Sturmtiger, because I think it might get destroyed if it's so close to the front line. Yeah, I finally decided to take my tanks in a good position. And at this point, my friend suggests that we should destroy this bridge, which is actually a good idea, no? With our current situation. But I think we always should put use of bridges. Usually bridges can be defended pretty easily, and they also fulfill a good task of, well, deploy troops over the river really quickly. Also, I'm very busy at the moment, so I didn't really answer him. There we have reconnaissance planes. And at this point of the game, I think, yeah, this is definitely going to be an artillery duel match, where the one side which has the most artillery and the most scouts spying on everything will get the triumph in the end. But I wasn't making the deal without my good friend there. Even though he had a lot of guys already been dead, being exhausted and all of that, he still tries this simple thing and deploys his paratroopers right on top of his buildings. And since I see there's not really a lot, I rather help him with my little Hetzer Flammenwerferpanzer, flamethrower tank, and try to get something going. Also, it's a good distraction there while I'm repairing the point. And actually the distraction works. These people are really taking care of his invasion attempts. It takes a little while until I fully realize the potential of this assault. Until I really get all my troops over there. There the Fireflies fire at my Hetzer, and for some reason it deflects 2 shots. Have you seen that? Until he finally gets reinforcements. So, and there I finally take the Pak 44 back. And we seized control of all the bridges. in the regard that we can actually defend all the bridges. And of course, a Sturmtiger needs to be there. An assault support gun, that's what it is, and it does the job just perfect. Ah, isn't that gorgeous? It is really gorgeous in my opinion. The G2 tanks are usually underpowered in my opinion here, compared to the Panther, but they do the job. They do their job. They're agile, they have a medium penetrating armament, so here we cross the bridge with a few troops that are still left. He meanwhile still has his support vehicles of ammunition standing right at the spawn area, so that, wow, he still has the problem there that his tanks have to go around. There we have another issue. My Panther is too drunk apparently to take out this G2. He's just shooting with paper balls. So the infantry does the job, and it does it really awesome. So here the simple attack again. He's attacking a point while I do the same with another one, so that the enemy has to call in reinforcements on 2 points at the same time. Since we got 1 point more as they have, they might don't have the resources for that, but actually it appears that they do. And also my assault tiger is destroyed by enemy artillery. Too bad. So the IS-4 and the Panther and the IS-2 and the Sluggers and the Fireflies have to fight eyeball to eyeball. Their skills decide the fate of their key points. And my reinforcement gives me another assault Sturmtiger. I really love that thing. And I try to disable the rocket artillery I just spotted over there. Hopefully that it will hit the target. And we got a point! But our position there isn't really safe. We still can't call in reinforcements there. But in the meantime, I secured our positions with Panthers. But it seems that they have run out of breath. And we finally took a really good front over the bridges. Now all we have to do is to make this gain a real pain for them. We have to push and push and push. Blitzkrieg spirit has to be developed here really quickly. Because Heinkel is a master of defense, if you ask me. What he didn't do here, usually he draws and digs in everywhere where you can find a pile of grass. In this game he didn't really do it as good as usually, because I think he thought it would be an easy gain. Like they had our position right there, they had a lot more reinforcements in the beginning. But in the end, you see, he was doing his job right, and there is the final attempt to turn the tables once again. Firstly, they take out my Sturmtiger because that thing is just really annoying if you're on the other team. And here I wasn't paying attention because, yep. But here you see that, in my opinion, Lancaster bomber is really underpowered. Never mind, we still have the Japanese bombers to do the job right. Fighter escort is a bit too late, if you ask me. But better late than never, huh? As to say. But they use the reinforcements both in the air, and they have nothing on the ground. And now it matters boots on the ground. Even though Heinkel made a huge success in weakening my attack forces, they didn't really did a job to stop me there. and neither with my friend. What I do now, I send my scout vehicles, my Sonderkraftfahrzeug 222, to the next position. Hopefully to don't find an entrenchment there. And there actually is not an entrenchment. So this is the thing that I had to learn in the hard way, and I think this is Monty's position there, in the hard way. Always defend your position with an entrenchment. It gives you so much more time. Really, usually I would... Oh, we destroyed the Reichstag. Nice job, Heinkel. These chaps' fighters are pretty decent. But see, so we took 2 points again at the same time, and there's no possible way for them to win this game now. What they can do now is entrench themselves on this little island they have over there at the very right side, while we take care of this point in the middle and sweep the streets so any enemies left. But this is something Heinkel is really good at, defending. And since I know that, I try to push as quick as I can. Also, we don't have an entrenchment here, with some infantry gunners here. And he had a lot of infantry, we saw that back then in the middle of the game. And he even had an engineer truck, always running around and do some stuff. But I don't find any minefields, which might slow us down, or any entrenchments. So this is actually pretty, yeah, a waste of resources there. So here we go. This is just random guessing where they are, but I think they have some troops there at the bridge and some back there. But this is their final reinforcement, as I see. And since I got this point right immediately, I get another reinforcement and call in my bombers right where they got their reinforcement. I don't want to give him time to entrench. Here we go. No rocket artillery for you, Heinkel. Meanwhile, I just deploy my tanks here and leave them there, because they still might get the last attempt to destroy as much troops as possible, and I don't really like that. Meanwhile, my troops move up, and so that I can destroy my troops there, I send them some Schwalben Messerschmitt 262 to cover the sky. So, in the end, a pretty decent game. A tide turner at its best, in my opinion. I really thought it would lose this. What helped us there in the end was a really good team play at the second point, which I lost so quickly. And also the help of the Sturmtiger. I can say, okay, I was actually not prepared to have a Sturmtiger here. I thought I would get the Maultier rocket artillery, which is also decent rocket artillery, and it also is a vehicle, so I don't have to deploy it and hook it up and stuff. But this Tiger is just great. Also, the enemy didn't take care of the defense pretty decently. But there we have the last man standing on the Japanese team. A sniper. That guy that can scout so well that we just have to destroy him. So, this is where our recording, I think, is about to end. But guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this gameplay, enjoyed my commentary there, and I hope I see you on the battlefield. Because Blitzkrieg 2 with this mod needs a bit more love. It is a really good opportunity for you to have some fun with us. Alright guys, I think that was it for us. I see you on the battlefield. Have a nice day.